Welcome to Conversations with Laurel, everyone. I am your host, Laurel McHargue, and I have a fun guest with me today. Frances Hight, welcome to Conversations with Laurel.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here
Good to be here too. Well, not here. I'm in Colorado and you're in Florida, right?
in Florida. Yes, it's very nice here right now.
I have family in Florida. I have a sister in Florida. So today we're gonna talk about your novel, West Texas Dead, a Kailey and Shinto mystery. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about this a lot. But first, tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm a retired art director. I've worked in advertising for quite a while and moved around a lot with my husband's work. And so uh, one time we lit in West Texas, and it was people were wonderful. Coming from LA, going to West Texas was like a whole new world. So it was a delightful experience, and I loved it. So
Yeah. West
that's
Texas. Are you familiar with Marfa?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
one of our sons had some property there for a while. What an interesting place.
it is.
Very, very unique. If any
Yes,
of you don't know where Marfa is, look it up.
yes.
Um, Francis, what did you read when you were a youngster?
Uh, just anything and everything I could read, I could get my hands on. One time in high school, we were told to read an American author, and I somehow got my hands on an English book and read it through and wrote the most wonderful, I thought, uh, uh, book book
Review.
report. Got up in front of the whole class and told them all about it. And she said, "Well, that was really good, Francis, but that's not an American author." So,
Oh my gosh.
but I did okay. So
Oh,
it was
that's funny.
that's
It reminds me of I took French in high school for a couple of years, and then at
mhm.
West Point I took Spanish, and so I remember having to deliver a Spanish little dialogue thing, and at the end I was praised for how well I had done it, and so my response was merci. I responded in French. It's like sometimes we do those things because our brain
Yes,
is so full of everything because we're really,
yes,
really smart. I think that's what it is.
absolutely. Of
Did you read any like Nancy Drew or any of those kind of mysteries when you were younger?
course, yes, loved them.
Or Sherlock Holmes? Yeah. So, is West Texas Dead? Is this your first novel?
It is, yes. I wrote another one, but it's still in the cupboard. So this is my first one. I
And
usually write short stories.
okay, and I love short stories. I do that as well. So I'm going to ask you. You look like a nice girl. What's a nice girl like you doing writing sexy, really sexy mystery thrillers?
Yes. You just write what you know. No.
Good answer. Good answer. Because I
Yes.
mean, this is sexy and it's thrilling and it's graphic too,
Yes, it is. It is.
right?
But yeah, I just wanted to weave this around. I hadn't seen too many um, buddy cops that were women who really knew what they were doing, and I wanted to see that. I wanted to kind of get into the gritty part of it, only because it says something about Junior, who's one of the protagonists, and so it just I'm a seat of the pantser. I write, I want to see it, but I don't want to know what the ending is until it happens. Keep
Oh,
Chris going. So that's how it came about.
and did you not know how this was going to end?
No, absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to tell you, if this is your first novel, this is good. This is a I really had fun with this and
Thank you.
I kept wanting to find out what was going to happen next. And
Hmm.
again, you do it, you have the point of view from the different characters. You know, your
Yes,
chapters are from the point of view of different characters. Some of them are from Kaylee, some from Kaylee and Shinto, some from Junior, who you call a protagonist. Okay, we'll get to him. So were you Or were you ever in a gang?
In high school, I was in a little girl game, where you wore the jackets and just sat at the malt shop and said things like, "Oh, what should we do next? Should we go here or there?" No, it was nothing, but yeah, sort of.
Because I have to tell you, it's always the ones we least suspect, right? Yeah. And I look at you and I'm like, oh yeah, she's in a gang. Your your characters, they are wonderfully unique. And again, I love your female characters. They're both, the dynamics between them are incredible, and their banter feels really, really real. The dialogue, right? I mean, you get into their personalities, and their personalities come through with their dialogue, and that's brilliant. Not a lot of people can do that. Um, did you
Thank you.
base any of these characters on people you know?
Nope. Yes, some of them, how you have them in the back of your head. It's some of the demons you want to get out, so you name them the name of the person you want to kill. So some of those are just like, oh, fun. I'm really angry with you right now, so I'll write your name here. And it kind of gets them out of you. So
Yeah, and so you have a dark muse. I have a dark muse for my short stories. Are your short stories dark?
some of them are, yes. Well, yes.
Well, yes. So, like, I'm meeting you now for the first time, and I look at you, and I'm like, you don't look like you're have a dark personality, and like people would say the same thing about me, and then they read my short stories, and they're like,
Yeah.
whoa, where did that come from? And is your husband okay?
Well, I went to a conference. We were all sitting around a table, and one of the men from my writing group, when they introduced me, said, she doesn't write like she looks.
I think that's it. So, are you in a writing group now?
Yes, yes, and I have been for a long time. They are what spurred me to uh, their what is it they say? It's our they want you to always send out your work to enter any kind of thing you can. So
Yeah, yeah,
so they really push you to do that and
yeah.
to like short stories, anything, just send them out to contests or whatever. Have you sent one out every month? They're asking everyone, have you sent anything out? Have you gotten any responses? So it's been a really good. I was in a group in San Francisco, and all we really did was write, have fun, have dinner. It was nothing about publishing.
Right.
So this has been an experience for me, a very good one. Moving
And
to Florida.
and do they critique? Have they critiqued your work as
Oh,
you?
absolutely. And they help you. The critiquing is really good because we have both male and female in a group. So you get the male perspective as well as the female. I really think it's so vital in my writing, at least.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad that they pushed you to
Uh,
publish this because again, really, really, really fun. Um, we don't get to the main, I'll call it the main murder, until a little more than halfway through the novel.
right.
Oftentimes in murder mysteries, the murder happens right in the beginning, and you take the whole book to figure out who it was. Why did you
Mhm.
make, why did you make that decision?
Because I wanted to flesh out the characters. I thought the characters, it was really important that we get a feeling for each of the main characters, which was Junior, Shinto, and Kailey. But and I felt the murder was important, but I felt Junior's journey was important too because he starts out as a really not lovable character.
He's a gangbanger, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
yeah.
all he's known all of his life. So some people, that's all they know. And so I wanted to pull him out of that and show that that people can get out of that morass that you're in. If you're in a, a bad situation, you don't have to stay there. It's not who you are.
Yeah, and so for me, I really enjoyed getting to know the characters in it. And I don't know if you did this on purpose or not. You probably didn't because you're a pantser, but it added to the suspense of me as a reader, knowing that something truly horrible was going to happen. Horrible
Mhm.
anyway. It was truly horrible, and waiting for it. So um, I liked that.
Ah,
Whether you
great.
like again, whether you did that, I think you maybe you did it on purpose. So talk a little bit more about your planning. Well, I'm saying the word planning now, and you just told me you're a pantser,
Yeah.
but you must have
Oh,
had some planning along the way.
I watched a great Dateline or one of those where this woman was murdered, and the way they found the person was there was a tomato on a ledge, and it was dropped on the floor, and somebody stepped on it, and that just resonated with me. I had to have that tomato in some way.
You sure did.
Yeah. Well, I did make it a little larger than life with.
Yeah, yeah, and again, that was so quirky, beautiful, and yet macabre, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So what other things did you maybe kind of have to plan? How did you decide on like the number of characters and did you have, some people say when you're writing a novel, you have to ask all your characters 1,000 different questions. You have to interview them and you have to know all the answers to all the questions because you have to know their backstory, even though they might not have a backstory and yada yada. How much time did you spend doing that? Sometimes I don't spend a lot of time on mine.
Not a lot because they sort of tell you where they're going. And a lot of times they'll just go in a different direction than you want them to go. And it's wonderful. And so I really treasure those moments.
Yes, it is. And I've said this before, and people like they don't get it sometimes. It's
Hmm.
like, what do you mean your characters talk to you? And they do. And so how long did it take you to write this? How from the first
Oh,
idea to actual publication?
probably because it's my first, a couple of years. And then I entered it. I still didn't feel really comfortable with it. And I entered it in the Royal Palm Literary Awards and won. And so that really propelled me on. And so that was one of the great things that happened for me and made me feel like, okay, this is something you should be doing.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And so when you spend more time than just writing something down and getting it out there, you really get to know your characters. Your
You
characters
do.
get to know you and they do. They talk to you, they tell you. All of a sudden they'll say
Mhm.
something and you'll have to write it down. And it might take you in a
Absolutely.
different direction. How did
Uh-huh.
you have any surprises? You must have had surprises while you were writing
Lots
this.
of surprises. I'm serious. The surprise in the massage parlor was hysterical, and I just, it just flowed out of me for some reason. Not that I've ever had anything like that happen to do a massage, but yeah, it. Or in the restaurant where they tried to catch somebody that was, selling selling drugs. That thing just sort of took off on their own. They 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 and I've written the second book of
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're gonna get to that
okay.
because I know you did. But again, yeah, the surprises that come up,
Yes.
they're wonderful to embrace because I think it, so some people are planners, like total planners,
Uh,
and that works for them.
it's
Um,
wonderful for them. Yeah.
right. But I love it when there's surprises because I think if you are surprised as an author, your
Hmm.
readers will be surprised too. And so, how awesome is that? I like that a lot. So you made the likely murder suspect, you made him intelligent.
Hmm.
Really? Why?
Because I wanted that arc of him being in this horrible situation, and I wanted his PO. I don't know if they do this or not. To his parole officer to get him into college because he'd already taken some classes in jail. And I wanted him to understand a lot of people don't know they're smart
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they've been pushed down so long and so hard that if they're just given one little push, they can see who they really are. And I wanted to explore that
And
with him.
his arc is amazing. And again, he struggles. He struggles with
Yes.
it. You struggle with your past. and
Hmm.
and getting a little glimmer of hope, and then again having it maybe shattered, or having the pull of your old life still there. And so the
Yeah.
tension that you build in this with this character is wonderful, and we wonder the whole way. We're not going to give any spoilers as to the ending, but yeah, his character is fabulous. So you say there's another one coming. So, again, not a spoiler, but
Yeah.
as many murder mystery series go, you leave it open to the possibility that there's going to be a lot more
Hmm.
with all of these characters who are in
Right.
here, right? So
Exactly.
how is that coming along?
Great. I mean, I've written the second one, so and there I want to do a third one. So I'm exploring those. So that's where I am.
You finished the second one?
Yes.
And where is it in the process of publication? Are you still
Well,
getting
I'm going to
edits?
go to a uh, conference, if you will. I don't know that it's really a conference. I'm going to LA where there'll be a lot of publishers and agents, and I'm hoping that I can promote something and maybe have it instead of being self-published. And so I'm kind of waiting for that. If not, then I'll self-publish and move forward with it. I
So
had kind of
you're going to try to do a pitch.
yes, yes, I'll do
And
it.
they have pitch sessions there.
Yes,
And have you
yes.
ever done one before?
I'm terrible with them.
Ah, well, I tell you.
And
So
elevators are just
right. The elevator pitch, right? You get in on the first floor. For those of you listening who aren't familiar with an elevator pitch, the idea is you get into an elevator on the first floor, and all of a sudden you discover that you're standing next to an agent. And
yes,
they ask you, "Oh, what's your book about?" And you have two floors, maybe three,
yeah,
to tell them what it's about. And so you have to condense an entire book into maybe
ex-
two sentences
yes.
to
How do
possibly
you
get
do
their
with them?
interest.
How
Hmm?
do you do with them? Are
Oh,
you are they
they're
easy for you?
they're difficult, but they're exciting, and it's something that you have to memorize, right? It's something that you have to memorize, and you can't give away the end. It's a teaser, and yet you have to provide so much information about, the genre, the um, main character, the thing that the biggest obstacle that needs to be, gotten over, and leaving them with enough curiosity that
Hmm.
they want more. And typically, when that happens, they might ask you for, oh, send me 10 pages, send me your first chapter, send me the whole work. So, so you might get any number of
Oh, that'll
responses
be fun.
from a pitch. They're fun. They're stressful, but they're fun.
Hmm.
And oh, good luck. When does that happen? When do you go?
Just on the 10th, we're leaving and going down there. So
Oh,
it'll yeah.
all right. Well, oh gosh, best of luck to you.
Thank
And
you.
do you have a title for it? What's the title of your next one? You want to share
Uh,
that?
yes, West Texas Nightmare.
West Texas Nightmare. Okay, so we got West Texas Dead and West Texas Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Is that going to be grittier than this one?
Maybe as gritty. It's interesting. I explored it's the what is it called? Oh, now I'm blanking. So see, that's what I do when I go.
Oh, that's all right. You're not pitching to me.
Yeah. Yes, I was. Was
Oh, I should
taxidermy.
ask you,
Thank you.
what's the elevator pitch for your next novel?
Yeah, I explored taxidermy, so that was really interesting to get into. So it has
Ooh.
a hint of that, and it has kind of some of our same characters, but now different. And I also did you know that in Midland, Texas, there was a very famous Indian Cherokee, I believe, uh, ballet dancer, and she was from Midland, Texas, and she
Okay.
danced all over the world. And in New York, was she was very famous. So sort of used her um, uh, dance studio as one of the backdrops and some of the things that happened to Shinto
Ooh.
when she was younger. So that was
Even
kind of it.
even even just saying that there's taxidermy in it makes me gives me a little bit of the willies.
It's fascinating. It's a fascinating discipline.
Yeah,
So,
I have a second cousin who I visited recently in Florida, east coast of Florida, and he had his whole house was filled with taxidermied
oh, oh, that
treasures.
would be interesting.
Very interesting. And one of them is a full size bear, brown bear. I'm like, I want that. Put that in your will for me. I don't know how I'd get it here. Oh, what I'd do with it? Probably put it out on the deck to scare the
Yes.
mountain lions away.
Do you see many
Anyway,
mountain lions?
there are mountain lions here. Yeah, mountain lions. We have bighorn sheep. We have elk, deer all
You,
over the place. Yeah,
we,
the sheep are beautiful.
uh, we
Yeah,
first moved in here, there was a bear in our next door neighbor's backyard, big black bear, just laying there, and then he sauntered off. Well, that's the last we've ever seen of one, but it was
we
a
had a
shock.
yeah we had a bear when we lived in Colorado Springs. Our house backed up to um, wilderness, and
Mhm.
the previous owners had put in a little uh, pond, like a little with little fish in it. It wasn't very big. It was maybe the size of our desk. And I think it was the second morning of living in that house. We heard the thump, and a bear had come down from the hill and had been in the pond and was just walking across our deck. And and I was sitting in the kitchen looking out like frozen. What do we do? It looked in at us and just kept walking. I'm like, whoa. They're kind of
That is a
funny.
surprise.
Yeah. Francis Height, what advice do you have for people who might want to write their first novel and they think it's maybe too late?
Never too late. Always grab your whatever, your pen, anything, and get started writing. You'll be surprised and delighted. And join a critique group. They are the best. Find the right
Abs.
one that suits you. But
What?
some,
How do you know it's how do you know it's the right one?
um, that's a good question. That they when they critique, they say the good, and it's like a sandwich. Then they'll help you figure out what was wrong or what they liked and didn't like, and then you can. It really does help your writing a lot.
It
To be
does. It does. I like the sandwich thing. Yeah, say I love this. This is where we feel maybe we're confused or this could use a little more
yeah,
help
yeah,
or whatever, and then you end with yeah, it's going in the right
keep going.
direction. Yeah, right. Keep going and
And
you have to have thick skin, right?
mhm. Yes, yes, you do. You have to realize that it's just their opinion and you can take them or not. And then it helps you shape your story and gives you eyes that you can't see, or opinions that'll help you create what you, and belonging to one. Every month you have to write something down and submit it. So it keeps you going. So when you feel like, one of the people in our group wrote me the other day and said, how do you stop writer's block? I mean, how do I get out of writer's block? Just write. Just, even if you don't like it, do it. But she's kind of a perfectionist, so she's her own worst enemy when it comes to writer's block. So you have to
Yes. Yeah,
just,
perfectionism is a thing that can absolutely stop you.
yes.
Um, I'm not sure if they still do National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo. I used to do that, and it was the month
Mhm.
of November. You were supposed to write, I don't know, 50,000 words without editing, just write, 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 write. And again, sometimes in writing groups that they'll do that. They give you a prompt. It's like write for 5 minutes on something. Just write, don't edit. And just the process of getting it down because if you stress over getting your first sentence of your first novel written, you're never going to finish the book,
Never,
right?
never.
Did your first chapter end up being your first chapter? Because I've had an occasion where I'm 5 chapters in and I've been told or suggested that maybe my third chapter should be my first.
Hmm. Well, yeah, my first chapter is my first. I do like my second chapter a lot more than my first, but I needed to set what was happening with Kailey and Shinto. I felt that was most important, so I kept that one, and I do like it. So it's there.
Yeah.
On your second story, your second? books in a series. Do you write series?
I wrote a series called Water White. That was my first series, YA trilogy. Yeah.
How do you um, keep introduce them again if for people who haven't been read your first one? That seems like it's a little
Adding in a little bit of the backstory, little
yes,
hints of what happened
yeah,
before. Yes, yes. So if you write a series, here's something that pantsers should know. If you write a series, you write your first novel, right? And my first
right.
one was Water White, right? Book one of the Water White series, and almost completely pantsed, almost completely. I had an idea of where I thought it would end,
Mm-hmm.
but again, that changes too. And when you decide that you're going to write, it's going to continue because your characters aren't done with you yet. They have more that they
Yes,
want to
yes,
explore and do. At that point, it requires a little more planning because you have to remember what you've written in the first book, right? You
right.
have to,
Yes,
and in my case, what I did was I ended up doing my chapters in groups of three, where I had what was happening with the main character, what was happening in the village, and what was happening with the villain. So each of those threes had to then align. So I actually had to use paper
well,
and write chapter numbers down and I did an initial plan of all right, this has to happen here, and so
mm-hmm.
go over to this chapter, and then this has to uh so you're not missing anything. It's a little trickier, I'd say. Again, having to remember things. So,
Yes,
and if you pants the whole first one, it's a good idea, I think, to go back and do summaries of each of your chapters,
uh-huh.
hitting the highlights of what happens in those chapters, so
Yeah,
that again you don't forget anything.
yeah.
And
And for the third one, that's very important to have for both books to end your third book.
right, right,
Uh,
yeah, it's a lot of work.
it is.
It's
It is.
fun.
But then you can intersperse short stories in there. So it gets you onto your brain out of that for a minute, and then you can go back in fresh.
Yes. And you don't have to write in order, people
No,
out there. You don't have to
absolutely.
write every chapter in order. If you do you dream, Francis?
Yes,
Do you remember dreams? Do you ever
yes,
get inspiration from your dreams?
yes, absolutely. Yes. Some of the most um, combustible parts of my book, my first book, were in a dream. So,
Yeah. Me too. And isn't it wonderful that we have muses that
yes,
give us this
absolutely.
stuff when we're
Yes,
sleeping, when we don't think we're working? It's
it just
incredible.
keeps, it is. And I
Yeah.
hope people will see that. And maybe if they have a dream, they can write it down and start their whole career or story.
Yes, for my Water White trilogy started with a dream I had that I shared with a friend, and she said, "You have to do something with this." I'm
Yes,
like, "Okay," and
great.
it was incredible. And so the idea of not having to do everything in order is so you might have a dream, right? And a character might come to you, or a bizarre scene might come to you. Write
Yes,
that scene, write at start fleshing out that character, and see where they fit later, right?
yes,
You might
uh,
know what your ending is going to be. Write your ending. Don't
yeah,
torture yourself by waiting. Write it. By the time you get there, it may change and just be open to that as well.
absolutely. And I've written like 10 pages and didn't save properly and lost them all. That's something that you have to be prepared for too. And the 10 pages I wrote after that were even better. So I never see that as a problem. Just, oh my gosh, next time you better save
Right,
on your
right.
computer. So,
Yeah. Do you have are you going to publish maybe a collection of your short stories? What do you do with your short stories? I know you've
oh, I
gotten
have,
awards for those.
let's see, we, yes, I have one several short stories are published by Florida Writers Association.
Okay.
They have short story contests, and so I'm in a lot of those. And then one of our uh, groups, uh, uh, gentleman came up to me and said, "Well, you write dark stories, so I'd love to have you be in this story." Wait, let me get it. Just a second, I'll get it.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Fairy
And
tales. So, hold on, everybody.
look at your puppy. Look at your puppy sitting back there being so good.
This is Fairy Tales, the sequel,
Fairy Tales the
and
sequel.
it's the fantasy continues, and it's dark. It's the fairy tales that you know and love, but it's the dark side and it's the adult part of it. And so there's quite a few different people in it that have
Okay.
written it, and mine was the let's see, where was it? She didn't write it down, huh? And it's the Black Bear and the Castle of Blood, of course.
That sounds like fun. So when are you going to just do your own compilation? Put your own compilation of all your short stories together in a
I
book.
don't know. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a
Do
good
you
idea.
do you self-publish your own
I
books?
do. I
Oh,
do. Yeah.
and
And
how do
it's
you get them out in the world?
uh Amazon. I hate marketing.
Thank you. Me
I'm actually
too.
getting off of lots of social media sites. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I'm not on LinkedIn anymore because I'm neither looking for a job nor looking to hire anyone. I have Instagram and I have this. I have my YouTube channel.
That's
But
wonderful.
I don't like to market. I'm at the point now where I write when I have to because I want to, because I have a story to tell. And
Mhm.
if people want to read it, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. That's where I am right now
Oh, that's
in my
wonderful.
writing journey.
Philosophy, yes. That's great philosophy.
But I'm glad, it's fun that I do this because I'm getting requests from people like you, from people who are out there writing
Mhm.
and publishing for the first time, wanting to share their work. And so that's
Thank
what
you.
I love doing. And if someone
Thank
finds my
you.
work in the process, well, that's great too.
I'll look at
So,
is
say
that
again?
it? The name of it? Is that the name of your books? Waterworks?
Oh, Water White. Water White is it's a YA trilogy.
Oh,
It's one word, WIGHT, because what's a white? It's a spirit
uh,
or a creature or a thing or whatever.
oh,
Um, but I just published my latest novel is called 2183. It's set in the year 2183. And there's an undersea, it's post-apocalyptic. There's an undersea metropolis with a military academy and some
oh,
scientists and 15-year-old girl, has to basically make a big decision about the planet. So I like doing post-apocalyptic things. And my short stories are called, it's a dark ebb. I've got two collections, Dark Ebb, Grim Tales. And those I get from, I do this contest called NYC Midnight.com. If you haven't heard of it,
no,
or if any of your short story writers haven't heard from it, of it, NYCMidnight.com, they have contests year round from micro fiction, 100-word short stories um, to short story lengths, 2,500 words, to everything in between, and screenplays. And there's a fee. There's a fee to enter these contests.
mhm.
It's minimal, $29 to $59, depending on the length of the contest. And you get back incredible feedback from three different um,
Oh,
uh, people basically saying this is what we loved, this is what we
mhm,
feel needs more work,
mhm.
and they clearly have read your work. So it's I think a great way of getting feedback on your short stories. And then if they rank you, and this is actually it's international, so there are thousands of people who do these contests, and
Mhm.
you can make it into the next level
Oh,
if they
fascinating.
like it well enough. Anyway, a lot of my short stories have come from those contests. And they at midnight on a midnight in New York on a Friday night, they'll give you a genre, maybe a character that you have to have in it, maybe a location you have to have in it, maybe an item you have to have in it. They give you three things, and you have to include those in your submission. And so it
Mhm.
really makes your muses work.
Dance.
And right, and I've written in genres I never would have written in before,
Well,
and
I'll look
have
at it.
surprised myself. So
That's fun.
so those are fun. I just like to share those.
Absolutely.
So you write poetry too?
No, not poetry.
Not poetry?
No.
I read somewhere something about poems. Maybe I'm
Well, I did a while, but I didn't think they were very good.
okay.
So,
So you're not going to do a poetry collection, but you are going to do a short story collection. I
short
think.
stories. Yeah,
I
that
think
would
you
be fun.
should.
And in fact, some of my short stories is where this one that I'm doing in Colorado, it was a short story, and everybody loved it so much they said you should write it as a book. This
A
is
novel.
crying out to be a novel. So that was my muse of starting it. And just like you said, I was riding along and I thought, I need to put more about the Indian information in here. And so I'm writing a whole new area where that I'm going to insert into the book that, that needs to be there that wasn't in the beginning. So I'm having a lot of fun writing that and West Texas and some short stories. So I'm keeping myself busy.
Francis, I was going to ask, when you're not busy writing and having your muse give you all kinds of work to do, what do you do for fun?
I like to cook and make mistakes. I love Bentley. He keeps me busy, and I and I love to work out. I haven't worked out for a long time. I got myself a trainer, and so now 7:30 in the morning, 2 days a week, I'm at a training and feeling great about it. So trying to get myself back in shape.
Excellent, because a healthy body helps a healthy mind.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, Francis, this has been absolutely fun, and I'm really looking forward to your next book. And I really hope that maybe I hope that an agent picks up your next book, because I
Thank you.
understand that if they do, then it takes a lot longer to get it on the shelves.
That's
So,
true, but it's still they take care of all that. I had a bad experience, Laurel, with a marketing lady that was going to help me market my book because I was moving, and so you have to really be careful of that. And it was such a bad experience. I think I need guidance and help to
was it a scam? Because let me tell you, and I don't know if you're getting this, and I'm going to do a whole episode on this, I believe, but scammers
yeah,
are holy moly. Every day I get requests
yes,
praising my book,
yes.
making it look as if they've read it, wanting to
Hmm.
get me into an exclusive book club with thousands of readers. Just one this morning. We want to, do this, yada yada. I mean, every day I get several of these, and just for fun, I wrote back, go ahead and use my book however you'd like, and then immediately the response comes. There's just a $500 fee for da, 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 da. They're scams, people. They're
Oh,
scams. If
it's
you are an author, especially a new author, and you're not
yes,
used to this, and we authors, I think, sometimes have pretty good egos when it comes to our work.
hmm,
And it's
absolutely.
incredible when someone says, We really think your book would be a great fit for yada, yada, yada."
Hmm.
D- don't bite, don't bite. There are so many people out there who just want nothing to do with anything but your money. So be
Absolutely.
careful. Be
Yes,
careful, please.
absolutely.
Do you have any
But
other
right,
advice? Oh,
be
but
sure
right,
and
yeah, yeah, right, right.
and
If
go to
someone, yeah,
conferences are good too. Going to conferences, getting to know people, other writers, because we're so solitary in our writing.
yes,
It's good to interact with other people that are doing the same. And so that's a lot of fun too.
yeah. What's the name of your writing group?
It's Seminole Writers. It's Seminole Writers.
All right, all
And
right,
I also belong to another one, WOFU.
all right.
That's their name. So they're in Mount Dora in Florida. So
Are they just for Florida people, or could anyone join? Do you have people
it's
from?
just in person. Yeah.
Okay,
So it is just Florida people right now. I don't belong to any online groups, but
okay,
that would be fun too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I
anywhere you can find somebody that you resonate with and can give you good feedback and not beat you down. You don't want
not beat you down,
group.
but not blow you up either. Like,
Exactly.
like your mom and dad and sisters and brothers and friends
Hmm.
will be, oh, this is brilliant. This is
Yes.
so good. I can't find anything wrong with it. There's
You
always
don't.
something that could be improved, and we want people to
Absolutely.
be able to be honest with us, and we want to be able to
Hmm.
take that honest critique.
And when you
Listeners, oh,
critique
go ahead.
somebody else too, I'm sorry, when
No, no,
you
no.
critique someone else
Yeah.
too, that helps you grow. When you can take their stories, look at them and learn from them. So
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I learned from yours. And again, when you're an author,
mhm,
a budding author, uh, someone who's been writing for a long time, when you read other people's works now, you end up reading critically. I think probably
yes,
you've noticed this. And it's
yes,
like, oh my God, you find that you're smiling at something. And so you stop and you say, why am I smiling? What did
mhm,
this author do to make me stop and smile? What did this author do to make me angry? What did this author do to make me horny? What did this author do to make me whatever the emotion is that, you're wanting to do? And that's how you learn, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, yay. Listeners out there, we have been visiting with Frances Hight, the author, and I can't wait for your next book. And the first book, which you can get right now on
Yes.
Amazon.
Yes.
I will have a link below and send me,
Absolutely.
yeah, and any other links that you might have. Do you have a website as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
www.franceshight.com.
Okay. The book, West Texas Dead, you will really enjoy these characters, and
Thank
it's
you.
it's it's gonna keep you going. Again, I'll have links below. People, give us a thumbs up. Maybe ask a question, and Francis will answer it, or I'll answer it, or we both will. And subscribe to my channel. And Francis, thank you again for this fast-paced read and this lovely visit today. And keep being awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy Florida, and
Okay.
yeah, keep writing and keep being active, and we'll talk to you again
Oh,
soon.
good. Look
All
forward to
right.
it.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.